Hello and very warm welcome to my channel. Thank you very much for joining me. Please do consider to like and subscribe if you find my content useful and helpful in any way to expand your consciousness and ultimately to free yourself from uh, fear and pain and suffering so you can be free divine beings that you actually are. Thank you so much. So let's dive straight in. What is the energetic body? So I'm going to be talking just really shortly, quickly, what the energetic body actually is. I'm going to give you then three really powerful, wonderful insights from spiritual masters, how to work with energies and how to cultivate energies for our highest good and highest potential. So let's dive in. So what is the energetic body? So the energetic body is this subtle field of life force. Often we call it prana or chi, ki. The energy surrounds and intertwines with our physical form. So it includes meridians, it includes chakras, and aura. So in spiritual traditions, this field is considered as the bridge between consciousness and matter. And I would also add, it's like this bridge between unmanifested and manifested. So why am I saying that? It's because only through our body, only through our bodies can we manifest the unmanifested into our world, into our reality, through forms of, let's say, simple one like writing a book. Writing a book from unmanifested, it drops down into our body. This beautiful divine energy speaks through us. We let it flow through us, and it uses our body to write. Isn't that fantastic? So it's like this invisible matrix where thoughts, emotions, spirit meets within a body to create something, to create these beautiful divine creations. And we know that the divine source, this consciousness, this beautiful kind of, I like to really refer to it as a cosmic mama. She loves to create, and she's full of vibrancy, full of energy, and she knows how to work her energies, and she knows how to give, how to receive, and how to birth. And we have that ability as well. So let's dive into it. Let's go into, I'm going to give you three insights. So if you have pen and paper, or if you like to pause this video, that's absolutely fine. uh, Three insights on how we can work with our energetic bodies. So first one I would like to mention, the number one, is awareness and presence. So awareness and presence cultivate subtle sensitivity. By practicing it, we became more in tuned, and we can pick up on subtle energies, especially if you are a highly sensitive person. If you're a highly sensitive person, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You go into the supermarket, before you know it, you're so overwhelmed because there's so many energies there. All right, so first one is awareness and presence. So from Zen wisdom, and I really love this wisdom so much, it says, when walking, just walk. When sitting, just sit. Above all, don't wobble. And in Zen, we practice total presence in each and every moment. So this kind of non-wavering awareness makes us more attuned to this subtle energy flows within and all around us. So we have this energy that we are aware of, let's say. But then when we start practicing this awareness and presence and breath work, we start picking up on subtle energies. And once we start picking up on these subtle, beautiful energies within us and around us, we can attune ourselves to higher frequencies. So we are not staying in this kind of low vibrational, I would say, energetic bodies. We can kind of check in with us. We check in our bodies every morning, every evening, midday, whenever you have time, and see, are we actually attuned? Is everything kind of in balance within us, and does it match really our reality outside of us, so to speak? So as we quiet the busy mind, and as we enter this still point, we can feel warmth or tingling or spaciousness in a body. For me personally, I always feel this kind of spaciousness, as if I am the world and beyond, and so on it goes. So the practice is to spend time. It's practice. Spiritual practice is practice. Like any other practice, it has to be done daily, regularly. So practice is spend time each day sitting in silence. If you're not used to sitting in silence, you can sit for 5 minutes. Surely, you can sit for 5 minutes 3 times a day, and then you just kind of expand from there. So sitting in silence and simply observing sensations without judgment while you are in that silence. But it can also be, you don't necessarily have to, you can combine sitting with let's say mindfulness. So you can practice walking meditation and walk through nature and simply just observe and let the thoughts come and go. You just observe them, and you observe everything around you, and you kind of tune yourself with the frequencies of the nature. That's so beautiful when that connection happens. And let go of the idea that you need to do any energetic work. It will happen naturally, and instead just allow awareness itself to reveal where energy moves and where the energy is stagnant. So when you kind of figure out where the energy moves, where it's stagnant, then you can work with the energy that's stagnant, because we don't want stagnant energies in our body, because it creates kind of this kind of toxic energetic ball, I like to call it, that just causes mayhem, really. So we don't want that. Right, okay, so let's go to number 2. This is really a beautiful one. It's very simple. First one is very simple, second one is very simple, and third one as well. So it's going to be really easy practice for you. So the second one is breathe, breathe, breathe. Breath is the bridge. Breath is like a bridge in many spiritual traditions, bridge between a body and energy, because the air that we breathe in is the energy. When you think about it, this is something. The air is something that we all have in common. We are all breathing the same air, and this air is what gives us life, what gives us this life force, and what gives us energy. It's in breath. So wisdom from, let's say, yogic and Taoist traditions says that the breath carries life force, and we can see that every time we stop breathing. Let's say if we practice non-breathing for, let's say, 30 seconds, not 30 minutes, no, don't try that, 30 seconds or 1 minute, your body, your organism naturally wants to breathe in, because it knows that without this air, the organism dies. So this air that we breathe in is a life force that yogic are very often referred to, and Buddhists and all other spiritual traditions, really, when we really think about it. So conscious breathing nourishes and clears our energetic pathways. So conscious breathing, so we are aware when air comes in, and we are aware when air comes out. So the practice that you can cultivate is slow rhythmic breathing through the nose. For example, it calms the nervous system and balances our energetic body. So maybe some of you are familiar with the 4-4-4-4. It's like a box breathing. So you breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold for 4 seconds, you breathe out for 4 seconds, and you hold on for 4 seconds, and on it goes. It's absolutely fantastic to calm down our nervous system. But there's so many other breathworks out there to help you with all sorts of challenges or issues or problems that you might be dealing with. It can help. Breathwork can help with, let's say, like focus, concentration. It can help with a deeper connection with source. Let's say if you want to go into deeper meditation, it can be, it's incredibly useful when you feel like you are in fight, flight, or freeze zone. It helps calm down our nervous system really, really quickly and rapidly, especially if it's in combination with sounds, with vibrations like you know, a couple of times, and you notice your nervous system just zen as well. So you can visualize, let's say, you can visualize also golden or white light flowing into your body with each inhale. So it flows in. You call it this divine light, divine energy, source energy. You inhale it fully with intention, uh, and you notice how it dissolves any tension that you might be having in your body, in your energetic field. So pranayama, there's so many different pranayamas. Please go and Google, so I don't have to go through all of them. I might do actually a video on it, because I think it's such a beautiful, actually a spiritual practice for us to connect with ourselves, to connect with the divine, and to connect with everything that is in existence. And that connectiveness actually dissolves really any fears that we might be having about really anything in our life, because nothing is permanent, as we know. So breath is used, pranayama, breath is used to circulate and to strengthen vital energy within us and around us. Isn't it beautiful? Just this air that we are breathing, and we are breathing every day, so we might as well turn this breathing into practice. Okay, the third one that I would like to mention is let me check the time, sorry. The third one is non-attachment and compassion. So non-attachment and compassion as energetic medicine. Isn't that wonderful? So when we start practicing non-attachment to anything or anyone, really, even to ourselves, especially to ourselves, especially to our identities and our realities that are really not real, identities that are not real either, but we like to kind of attach ourselves to it and really hold on tight. So non-attachment to anything, whatever it is, you just practice non-attachment, not even to your body, not your name, your sex, your gender, nothing really. Everything always changes, everything always moves, nothing is permanent, nothing is permanent. Once we start attaching ourselves, then when things change, we experience pain and suffering. As we know, we have all experienced that, I'm sure. So non-attachment and compassion as energetic medicine. So from Zen traditions and from Buddhist traditions, when we cling to emotions, let's say, when we cling to our emotions, or when we resist experiences, energy stagnates. That's the stagnation I'm talking about. Is that clinging to our emotions, clinging to our identities, clinging to this kind of resistance to change, you know, resistance. And in that space, the energy can't flow. It just stays stagnant. And as we know, when we look all around us in nature, this cosmic creation, cosmic mama, she's always on the move, always creating. Energies are always flowing, flowing, always moving. And that's what keeps life flow, this energy flow healthy. Once we start resisting flow of energy, the energy stagnates and causes all sorts of illnesses, as we know in this world, all sorts of illnesses, from mental health to cancer and everything in between. So we want to be mindful, and we want to make sure to allow our energies to flow. So allowing everything to arise and pass with compassion restores flow. So what's the best practice for this one? This one is a little bit challenging at times for many people, really. So when we notice, let's say, fear, really, fear is the big one, anger, sadness, it's essential to meet it with softness rather than to try to push it away and to criticize it and to judge it. So we create a space in the heart to hold those emotions, and we create space for them to exist as well, with softness, with compassion, with love, and slowly they start kind of dissolve. So emotions as energetic clouds moving through this kind of, we can see these emotions really kind of like a moving clouds through this vast spaciousness, because energy is um, sorry, emotion is energy in motion. That's what it is. So emotion is energy in motion. It wants to move. It doesn't want to stay stagnant. If we, let's say, try to avoid looking into our fears or facing challenging emotions, challenging situations, we are not moving those energies because we are not addressing those emotions. Once we start addressing them, they just flow and move. So the mantra for this one can be, I see you, I hear you, I accept you, and I let you free, which means that I let you flow. So to kind of summarize the wisdom here. So let's say from Zen, pure presence clarifies the subtle field. Now from yogic and Taoist practices, breath and movements harmonize the energy, really. And from all spiritual practices, really, all spiritual practices, and from psychology as well, non-attachment releases this grasping of the energies and sets the energy free, really. So that's what I have for you. I hope this was helpful. Do let me know if you have any subjects you want me to address, especially in regards to trauma, childhood trauma, spiritual psychology, consciousness, my favorite, consciousness, conscious expansion, realities, different realities, parallel realities, dark night of the soul, anything that's on your mind, let me know in the comment. If you have any questions, let me know as well. I'll be happy to answer. And yeah, love and light to you, and thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much. Namaste.